If you are a developer, you must have already heard about AI agents and agentic AI by now. Recently, Google has released Agent Development Kit to build the AI agents. This ADK is model agnostic, so it is compatible to all the LLMs. If you want to learn and build AI agents, then you are at a perfect place to start. Hello guys, my name is Ishan and I will walk you through simple and detailed steps to build your own agents. Although this tutorial has some Python code, but I will try to make you understand everything even if you are non-Python background person. Getting the environment ready requires you to have a Google account in order to use the Google Cloud. Google provides you free credits worth $300 which you can use over 90 days. In Google Cloud, step 1 is to select the country. Step 2 is to add a payment method without which you will not be able to have a billing account setup, which is required to consume Gemini LLM using the Vertex AI. You can verify any payment method without any issues because Google will not charge you without your consent. After the successful payment, you will be on the welcome screen with your free credits in your local currency. In the account setup, Google has created for you one project which is called My First Project, which you can rename anytime. In our case, I have renamed it to AI agent. On the left hand side menu, you will have an option called Vertex AI. Click on that and you will be notified to enable the Vertex AI APIs. All set now. We have equipped our Google account to access the APIs. Now let's get prepared to set up the local development environment. So far we have created a Google Cloud project, we have enabled billing for it, and we have also enabled Vertex AI APIs for Gemini accessibility. Now let's look at how our local environment or machine will interact with Gemini or Vertex. So this is done using Google Cloud CLI via identity and access management. That is our next step now, to install Google Cloud CLI. Installing the Google Cloud CLI is easy. Just open this link and follow the instructions. So I am on a Mac operating system, so I will download the installer for the Mac, and after the installer is downloaded, we will have to extract the files. We use the tar command in order to extract the files. So after extracting the files, we will run the installation script. The installation script will give you certain prompts, so always choose the default one to answer this. In this it is asking us to improve the Google Cloud CLI, then it is asking us the path. Press enter. So during this course of installation of the installer, it will also install the Python programming language for us in case we don't have the exact version that is needed to run with the CLI. So now we have to run the Google Cloud init command, gcloud init. If in case it doesn't work here, open another terminal. Gcloud init. So it will take you to the authentication process and it will ask you to open the browser and allow to authenticate. Click on continue, then allow. Perfect. So we are authenticated now. Let's go back. So it will give us options to choose the correct project. So we know that our project is already there, the id of the project, right? So same id option we will select in the terminal. Press enter. All set. So now the last and final step is to run gcloud auth login. Again it will take us to the browser. We'll have to continue and just select all, and now continue. All right. In the next section, let's create Python virtual environment. Now we will create a Python virtual environment. A Python virtual environment is a system specific and isolated environment on your machine. It allows us to install and manage project dependencies without interfering with other Python projects on your machine or installation. So in order to create a Python environment, you'll write python -m venv, which is the name of the virtual environment, and .venv. Oops, we have Python 3 on our machine, so we'll write Python 3 here. Yeah. So now you can see that Python environment is created, and you can list all the files that are created as a result of this command. Since we are on Mac, we will have to activate this virtual environment by this command, which is source/path to activate. So now the virtual environment has been activated. Now we can install Google ADK. Installing Google ADK will take some time. We'll wait for it. Okay, the Google ADK is here and installed. Now we are ready to write our AI agents. We have everything we need to create the AI agent. Now we will go to Visual Studio Code and we will start writing our own AI agent. Till now we have created a virtual environment and then activated that virtual environment, which you can see here, as well as we have installed Google ADK, right? So now I'm letting you know where I am. So if I do ls-l in this parent directory, this directory is the parent in which our .venv folder lies. You can see here, this is the .venv folder, which is the Python virtual environment folder. So in the same parent, I have created a folder in which all the agent code will live. This parent folder is named AI agent. So all the files related to the AI agent development will be here in this folder, and I have opened the same folder in this VS Code. So Let me remove these cache files for now. So in order to create an agent, you have to have 3 files at least to start with, and I will explain you the meaning and working of these 3 files. So let's start with the env file. So env file will have 3 necessary env variables. One is Google Cloud project, second is Google Cloud location, third is Gen AI Vertex AI usage, right? So we pass here true, we pass the cloud location US Central 1 in our case, and this is the Google project which we have created earlier in this video, and we will give the value of the same here, right? So env variable setting is pretty simple, right? Second is the init.python file. So we name it, I mean, this is a convention. If you are using the ADK, you have to give this convention in order to name this file. Double underscore, then init, which is initialization, and then double underscore dot py, which is a Python extension, right? So here we are importing from the same folder, right, the agent. So this is the agent that we are importing, right? There is no other thing in this file, a single line will suffice. So let's go to the third file that we have. So third file is the actual agent file, right? So this is where we write our agent, right? So for the sake of simplicity, we'll go from the ground up, right? And I'll show you what this file is doing. For that, first of all, you'll have to ignore some of the code here. Let's ignore this function and comment out this line, right? And we'll start from here. So as we know, in the init.py we have imported the agent, and this is the agent that we have imported from this file, right? So first of all, we import the agent of the from the ADK, Google ADK agents. We import the agent from there and we initialize that agent. So this agent will initialize by taking the following parameters, right? These are the parameters. So you have to name the agent. The name should clearly depict what the agent is intended to do, right? Second is the model. This is the LLM model that we are using for this particular agent creation. So we are using Gemini 2.0 Flash. This is the recent launch from Google. This is as they say that it is 2x faster than its predecessor, as well as it is very efficient. So third thing is the description. Description is an elaboration of what exactly this agent is doing. This is also important because we should clearly depict what we intend to do by this agent. So agent is to answer the questions about the programming languages in computer science, right? Second is the instructions. So instructions is you are setting up a persona for the LLM or the agent, right? You are setting up persona so that LLM has a context where its territory is confined to and where it should focus on, right? So we are impersonating the agent by letting the agent know that you are a helpful agent who can answer users' questions about the programming languages in the computer science, right? So let me save this and I'll write a command called ADK, which stands for Agent Development Kit space web. So it will give us a web interface where we can interact with our agent, right? So as you can see, it has created a URL for us and we can follow the same URL. So here you can see, right? So it has various things that you can go through. All right, so this is the AI agent which is already selected, right? We have selected this AI agent because since we were writing that ADK web command in the root folder, so all the folders inside that root folder will be listed here as an agent, right? But we are concerned with our own agent, so we will select it. And next is the events. You can see what are the particular requests and events are being triggered by writing the prompts to our LLM, right? So let me ask a question from the LLM. What is the execution model of Java? So LLM will answer us by making certain queries, and you can say the events are triggered to call the LLM, and LLM will provide the information related to the query we have asked in the prompt, right? So it is letting us know the whole story of the execution model of Java programming language, as you can see here. So that much information it has carved out for us, and it has given this information, right? So this is simple AI agent that we have created so far, and as per its persona and as per its description, this model is returning us the correct value. So it is similar to what we get from ChatGPT or Gemini, right? So let's go a step further now. Now we are writing the agent and we are letting the agent know that instead of directly going to LLM, you can also find other efficient ways to give us better information that is needed from the context of this particular model, that is specific to the model, right? So one way is we can use tools, right? So when we are defining an agent here, we can provide tools are nothing but functions written in Python language, and we use these functions in order to get the result for our agent, right? So if you look at the name of this tool, it will get the language execution model, right? So get language execution model, and here is the function that we have written. So let me explain you clearly what we have written here, right? So in Python programming language, whenever we write def and then the name, it means we are defining a function here. And as you can see, this function is also getting a parameter. It wants a parameter from us, which is language, and this is a string type parameter. And here finally we describe what this function will return. So the return type of this function will be a dictionary, right? Dictionary is nothing but key value pairs object in Python, right? Just like this, these are the return statement, and you can see the key value pairs it has, right? So next is this comments, right? So these are the comments that are useful in every step when we write code in Python. So we are clearly defining what this function will do and what will be the return of this function, right? Now this is important that we are trying to load the generative model here, which we have imported from the generative models of Vertex AI. Now we are loading the model and we are writing a specific prompt so that we can get the exact thing that we want the generative AI model to return, right? So let's examine this prompt, right? So in this prompt, what we are doing is we are asking the model that is this programming language which has been entered by the agent which has been entered by the user to the agent, and via tool this language will be passed automatically. After passing our prompt in the AI model here, it will examine this prompt and take out the Java or any other language. If we are trying to ask about that language, it will pass this Java here in the parameter when it call the tool function, right? So an ADK does that thing automatically, right? You need not to worry about that. You need to just worry about the core logic of your agent that you are building. So given that language will be passed here, and based upon that particular language we'll create this prompt and we'll ask this AI model, is the programming language which is passed here interpreted, compiled, or hybrid? We know that generally these are the main three type of you can say execution models in the programming languages. And then after this we will tell the model that you have to respond with only one word, right? Either this or this or this, one out of three, right? And then you will pass this response in a variable by calling the generate content, and you pass this very prompt to the model, right? So fair enough. After you have received the response, you will strip it for any white spaces or anything like that, and you will do the lower casing of the string that you will receive, and everything that you have received particular thing in result, right? And now you will write an if condition, right? In if condition you will check if the result which is received after this call to the model is there in this particular set, right? So it should be there in the set, right? And if it is there in the set, we will return a dictionary, right, which is having a status. In case of success we will provide success, in case of failure we provide failure, right? And in case of success we will also return a report key. A report key will have the exact response that we want our AI agent to give back to the user, right? So we have written here the language we already knew. Language is a programming language that has this execution model, right, which is in the result. So fairly simple. So also you will notice here that all the code that has been intended by a tab after the function definition is considered as the body of the function in Python programming language. I hope this is very clear. So I have kept this example very simple so that everybody is able to understand it, even the person who is very new and has no knowledge of Python programming language, right? So this tutorial is just to get everybody aware of how agent development is happening these days, right? So I hope you have understood this function, and let's go to the terminal again. Since we have uncommented this line, so we'll run the ADK web again, but before that, because the port was already occupied our previous run of this. So I am releasing the port, right? And now we write ADK web again. It will set up the URL for us, and we can refresh this page, right? So again, go to the events in order to check what is happening, and we can write a similar type of prompt now. What is the execution model of the Java programming language? You can see that the result of the similar type of prompt is giving us a different result now, right? Instead of all that huge information from the LLM, now we are using the tool. As you can see, as soon as we give the prompt, the agent intelligently knows that it has to use a tool for this kind of prompt, and it makes the hit or a function call to this particular tool, which is a function, right? And you can see all this information here. And after the call, the function also responded with the information, right? And you can see the response that we have given in the dictionary. This is the status success, and Java is a programming language that has a hybrid execution model, right? You can see here. All right, so this is how typically a tool based agent works, right? So you have successfully created a AI agent, which was basic, and then you have, you know, incrementally you have improved that agent using the tool, and you have written a Python function also, which can, you know, correctly give the information exactly what information is needed, right? So I hope this was informative and you have learned to create basic AI agent and using the tool. If you want me to create some more videos related to AI agents, you can write in the comments and do like. Thank you for being here. Thank you for putting up with me. Till the next time. Bye.